Welcome to the Allen Americans podcast here on this Wednesday. Tommy Daniels joined by Cole Fraser, who has re-signed with the Americans. First of all, welcome. And I know you wanted to be here, so it has to be an exciting day for you.
Yes, thank you. I was super excited when Marty offered me my contract, and I couldn't be happier to be back now.
What was it about last year's team? I want to hear your 2 cents worth on this because I've asked everybody that's re-signed this year. What was it about last year's team that made that group so special? And as you put in your quote for the press release yesterday, felt like this team had a really good chance to do special things. What was it about our group from last year that made our team so good?
I think it was just a mixture of everything. I think we were just tight, like a tight group inside and outside of the rink. We did some things together as teammates, and like outside the rink, it wasn't just strictly hockey. Like we'd go play top golf or whatever. We bonded really well, and I think Marty really helped with bringing us together as a team too. He was hard on us when we needed to be hard on, and he gave us the praise when we needed it as well. And I think that just the overall talent and chemistry that we had as a team is what would have, I think, made us do special things going into the playoffs. And I honestly think we could have won the whole thing.
So I'll ask you this because I know Marty told you this. The reason why you were here last year because of the way you played against us in the preseason game. I remember he telling me, "Yeah, I'm bringing this guy in who played for Kansas City during the preseason. He hits everything that moves, and was hitting our guys." Were you trying to make an impression on Steve Martinson during the preseason?
Honestly, I was just trying to make a team because, leaving juniors early, a year early before my OA year, I knew it was going to be tough trying to get into the ECHL just without being signed to an NHL contract or anything. And, when Kansas City gave me a chance, I was just playing as hard as I could to try to get a spot on that team. And I guess Marty saw it, and it really felt really nice to be able to get that chance. And I think that's part of the reason why I love it in Allen so much is because Marty gave me that chance to be able to play my first season as a professional hockey player. And I think I wouldn't say I was per se trying to impress Marty. I was just trying to do the best I could on the ice, and it wore off, whether it was with Kansas City or with Allen. And clearly it was with Allen, and I couldn't be happier to be where I was at the end of the season last year.
What makes him such a special coach? Why does he win wherever he goes?
I think he's just hard on the guys when you need to be, and he really just he kind of drills it into your brain on what you need to do, and you stick together as a team, and you always stick up for each other, and you kind of fight in each game as one, like as a team. And I think just the amount that he cared, not just about us, how he cared for the games, and even if we were winning and we were doing really, really well, he'd make sure that we knew, like, this isn't how it's always going to be. There's going to be tough times. There's going to be good times. But to me, I think Marty he just really sticks with guys. Like, he can be funny when he wants to be. We definitely had some jokes this year. But I think it's just a matter of him. He's passionate about being that coach and getting to win everything,
In this COVID world, which I guess is at least the normal for now, how do you think that changes the way the game is played on ice this year? How do you approach, obviously you got to think about it now, just walking into the locker room, maybe wearing a mask. How does it change your life?
It's definitely been a big change for everyone. As you can see, everywhere requires a mask now, and I honestly think as a group, there's obviously going to be some sort of screening put in place to make sure that the players are safe, kind of like what's going on in the NHL, the NBA, any professional sports. And I don't think it would be any different for us. But at the same time, like, you got to take your precautions. And if that requires wearing a mask going into the rink, that's what is going to have to happen. But at the end of the day, whenever we do start or things kick up, I mean, number one focus, I think, for everyone is just going to be getting into that top shape and being ready to compete, whether it's with the mask on going to the rink or with the mask off.
What do you think about the way the NHL has come back? I mean, people weren't sure exactly how that was going to work out, how that was going to look. No fans in the stands, but I think personally they've done a great job. I mean, I've enjoyed watching the hockey, and I guess the good news is the tests have been going on every day, and nobody has tested positive, so it's working.
Yeah, and I just saw that yesterday as well. Within the last week, there's been no positive COVID tests, and I think that what they've put in place is has worked. And I thought that maybe the speed of the game would have went down or the compete level would have went down, but by watching some of those games, there's no compete level gone. Those guys are professionals. They all want to win, and they know what they have to do. And like, I think a lot of people thought that the compete level would have went down, but it was the complete opposite. It's really fast. It's hard nosed. Like, there's guys fighting, and honestly, it's just like watching as if there were people in the stands. Because I think at the end of the day, they all have that same one goal where they want to win the Stanley Cup, and it doesn't matter if you're playing in front of fans or if you're not.
You have a love for hockey, Cole, but you also have a love for golf, and you're really good at it. Tell us about. I know you got a little tournament coming up, right?
I already finished both. Well, I played in 3 tournaments this summer. 2 of them didn't go how I planned. I mean, they were my first tournaments ever, amateur tournaments. But the third one, we went down to Troy, Alabama. It was just like a 3-man scramble couple with one of my really good buddies who plays in Kansas City. And that one was a lot of fun. Won a little bit of money. There was I think there was like 9 flights or something, just to like kind of, there was like a championship flight, and then it goes all the way down. And, you know, it was a lot of fun playing in these tournaments this year, but those are kind of over, and I'm more focused on the hockey now. I still go golfing every couple times a week, but nothing like I was doing at the beginning of the summer, you know?
Oh yeah, for sure. But that's great. You know, we had a player here several years ago, Judd Blackwater, who was a scratch golfer. If you weren't playing hockey, would golf be your next love? What do you think you'd be doing if you weren't a professional hockey player?
Honestly, I don't know. I haven't really thought about that. Hockey's been my life since like a block, basically. But I think for me, I think golf would always be kind of one of those things where it's like, I don't think I'm good enough to be pro, nowhere close. But it's just one of those things where it's fun to just get out, get some fresh air, hit the ball around. It's just something to do during the days, especially here when it's pretty well nice every day. I mean, you can't do that in Canada. You can't golf all the time. But Texas is definitely, the weather's great for it. So, but to answer your question, I don't think, I have no idea what I'd be doing.
What do you think about the way Bryson DeChambeau has changed his whole body style here in the last 6 months?
It's crazy. You see him 6 months ago and he looks like a normal guy. He looks like someone the size of me or someone just average build. And now you're looking at him, he's hitting the ball 350-yard carry, and you're kind of looking like, okay, how does he hit it that far? But I've kind of watched a couple of videos on him. He just swings the club over and over and over in his house. And it's more about, I guess for him, it's more about the power. And but it works for him. So he can't really complain.
I read where, like, for breakfast, he has like 5 or 6 eggs. He has obviously toast in 6 to 10 pieces of bacon, and then his 2 power shakes that he's having every day for breakfast. And then he snacks several times during the day.
Yeah.
I think he can maintain that. Can he maintain that lifestyle?
I think he can maintain it until he's done golf. After golf, I think he'll slim back down to how he was before. But I think the way he looks now, all the muscle and the bulk that he's put on is just for that power aspect of his game.
Do you think, can you see any NHL players following in his footsteps and trying to get big like that? Because you know what, at least on the PGA Tour, several guys, I know Lee Westwood, who plays primarily in Europe, but he's been on a plan for the last 6 to 8 months, and he's really changed his whole body style. Can you see the NHL guys, or would we ever see guys this size of a Bryson DeChambeau lacing him up? I know there's a few big guys out there, but not quite that big.
No, I don't think that would work for. I feel like golf, you're just kind of hitting the ball and you're walking. It's not speed or anything. I mean, he's kind of built like a football player,
right?
But I don't think it'd be smart to be that big and on the ice. I mean, if you could maintain your speed and be that big, I mean, you could just be a wrecking ball. But I think guys have like that weight that they want to be, where they know they can be functional, they know they can be fast, they know they can keep their cardio up, because the bigger you get, the harder it's going to be to keep up that cardio, you know?
You turned 21 years old a little later this month. What do you want to do for your 20 days? What do you want to do for your 21st birthday? Anything big planned?
I don't know. I mean, there's not really much you can do right now with everything being closed down, but I know my fiance's mom's birthday is a day before mine, so we're going out to the Keg for a big dinner on her birthday, and we're going to celebrate both. And then I was talking to Julia, and I think we're going to do something along the lines of just going golfing or just hanging around the house. I mean, we can always celebrate it when things are back to normal, but right now you got to keep it safe. And everyone's health is number one priority right now, especially coming into these crucial moments before season starts, whenever it does start. I mean, you got to stay healthy in training, and you don't want to put a 2-week damper on that, right?
Spencer Asachuk, our current co-captain and the longest tenured Allen Americans player, recently got engaged.
Yeah, I saw that.
We went up in the hot air balloon. Now, we know how you did your proposal. What did you think about the way Asachuk handled his business there?
I think it was awesome. I mean, I saw something that Cass posted after. She posted something like 300 feet in the air. I had no escape route, or 3,000 feet in the air. I had no escape route. And I thought that was pretty funny. But I think that he did a good job. I mean, I saw the ring. The ring looks really nice. I'm really happy for him.
Very proud of him, too. And we're very thankful you're back. Great guy, always willing to help out and do whatever needed in the community, which is big, especially in a community in Collin County, North Texas, where we live and play hockey every day. Thanks for all you do, and welcome back to Allen.
Thank you, Tommy.
That's Cole Fraser, Allen Americans defenseman, and soon to be 21 years old, and a pretty good golfer as well. This is the Allen Americans podcast, coming to you live from the studios of Frito Nation here in Allen, Texas.